At 25, Tuna looked out at the rolling hills of midsummer and felt a strange, cold silence. While the world hummed with life, he saw only a grand mechanical accident. To him, the lush green valleys were the product of blind force, and the swaying forests were merely deaf nature following scripts of chance. He believed the vibrancy around him was a flickering candle in a dark room, destined to go out without reason or rhyme.
Tuna sought out Arif, an old philosopher who lived in a cottage draped in jasmine.
Arif, Tuna sighed, how can there be meaning in this chaos? It all seems like clockwork with no heart.
Arif smiled, opening a worn book.
Look at the signs, Tuna. As it is said, indeed, in the heavens and the earth are signs for the believers. The order you see is not a cage, it is a language. Let us walk and translate the beauty of this summer earth.
They walked into a dense thicket where plants climbed over one another in a riot of green.
Observe the plants, Arif said. There is a staggering munificence here. Millions of leaves, yet each is placed with perfect harmony. They don't fight for the sun, they share it in a choreographed dance. This is not the struggle for survival that nature suggests. It is an organized banquet where every guest has a seat.
Arif led Tuna to an orchard where the branches were heavy.
Consider the fruits, Arif remarked. See their equilibrium within speed. A peach grows from a tiny bud to a heavy nectar-filled globe in a matter of weeks. If this were mere chance, such speed would result in deformity. Instead, we see perfect balance, sweetness, scent and nutrition all arriving at once, wrapped in a velvet skin. They passed a meadow of wildflowers, a tapestry of gold, blue and crimson. Here is beauty within multiplicity, Arif noted. 1,000 different flowers, each with its own unique design, yet they all emerge from the same dark soil. If chance were the artist, the world would be a grey blur. Instead, we see an intentional explosion of art that serves no purpose other than to delight the eye and the soul.
Arif picked up a tiny, dry seed from the palm of his hand. And look at the seeds, Tuna. They show infinite art within ease. This speck is a tiny suitcase containing the blueprints for a giant oak or a delicate rose. It requires no complex machinery to build, only a drop of water. This effortless creation of the complex from the simple refutes the idea of a blind universe. They stopped beneath a grand mulberry tree, its dark fruits staining the grass.
The mulberry is a miracle of mercy. From a simple tree comes a fruit so soft and sweet it melts on the tongue. It is a specific gift crafted with divine art to provide joy. Is it nature that decided a tree should produce candy for the birds and for us? No, it is a gesture of a most merciful provider.
Tuna picked up a single grain of wheat from a nearby field. He thought about how it would sprout, its roots finding water while its stem found the sky. He realized that for a single seed to differentiate into roots, leaves, and grain, it required a wisdom that knew the beginning and the end.
The grain doesn't know the soil, but something knows both the grain and the earth.
Arif continued his speech as follows.
If we observe the face of the earth in the summer, we see that an absolute munificence and liberality, which necessitate confusion and disarrangement, is to be seen within a total harmony and order. Look at all the plants which adorn the face of the earth, and the utter speed in the creation of things which necessitates imbalance and disorder is apparent within a perfect equilibrium. Look at all the fruits which decorate the face of the earth, and an absolute multiplicity which necessitates unimportant, indeed, ugliness, is apparent within a perfect beauty of art. Look at all the flowers which gild the face of the earth, and the absolute ease in the creation of things which necessitates lack of art and simplicity is to be seen within an infinite art and skill and attention. Look carefully at all seeds, which are like the tiny containers and programs of the members of plants and trees, and the small cases containing their life histories. And the great distances, which necessitate difference and diversity, appear within and correspondence and conformity. Look at all the varieties of cereal grains sown in every part of the earth, and the total intermingling, which necessitates confusion and muddle, is on the contrary to be seen within a perfect differentiation and separation. Consider the perfect differentiation of seeds when they sprout, despite being cast into the earth all mixed up together and all resembling one another with regard to their substance, and the various substances which enter trees being separated out perfectly for the leaves, flowers, and fruits, and the foods which enter the stomach, all mixed up together, being separated out perfectly according to the various members and cells. See the perfect power within the perfect wisdom, and the great abundance and infinite profusion which necessitate unimportance and worthlessness, are to be seen as most valuable and expensive in regard to the creatures and art on the face of the earth. Within these innumerable wonders of art, consider only the varieties of mulberry, those confections of divine power, on the table of the all-merciful One on the face of the earth. See them within the perfect mercy, the perfect art. Thus, just as the day shows the light, and the light the sun, the great value together with the utter profusion, and the boundless intermingling and intermixing together with the utmost differentiation and separation within the utter profusion, and the great distance together with the utmost conformity and resemblance within the limitless differentiation and separation, and the infinite ease and facility together with the infinite care in the making within the utmost resemblance, and the absolute speed and rapidity together with the total equilibrium and balance and lack of waste within the most beautiful making, and the infinite abundance and multiplicity together with the highest degree of beauty of art within utter lack of waste, and the utmost munificence, together with absolute order within the highest degree of beauty of art, all testify to the necessary existence, perfect power, beautiful dominicality, and unity and oneness of an all-powerful One of glory, an all-wise One of perfection, an all-compassionate and beauteous One. They demonstrate the meaning of the verse, His are the most beautiful names. Quran 20-8. 59:24. So now, O you ignorant, heedless, obstinate wretch, with what can you interpret this mighty truth? With what can you explain this infinitely miraculous and wonderful state of affairs? To what can you attribute these truly extraordinary arts? It is totally impossible for chance and coincidence to interfere in these matters, isn't it? And to attribute to nature 1,000th of them is impossible 1,000 times over, isn't it?
The cold machine of Tuna's youth had vanished. As he walked home, he saw the world as a grand palace where every leaf and seed was a letter in a divine book. The void was gone, replaced by the warmth of being known and provided for. He looked at the summer sun and smiled, knowing he was no longer a cosmic accident, but a guest in the house of the most beautiful names. He realized that God, Allah Almighty, loved him very much, valued him greatly, and created everything perfectly.